Today we're going to talk about Dana Holgorsen want Jalen Hurts at West Virginia, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today I want to talk about Dana Holgorsen saying, hey, we kept an eye on Jalen Hurts from jump. This is in a week of Dana Holgorsen just saying stuff ahead of his visit to Norman to take on the Sooners. For those of you that do not know, Dana Holgorsen is 0-7, goose egg and 7 all time against Oklahoma, which is another way of saying that Lincoln Riley owns him and will probably continue to own him, because if you subscribe to the odds and to the spread, you will notice that Oklahoma is a 23-point favorite, 23.5 to some books, depending on who you're talking about, but it's moved steadily down, right? Because everybody's starting to figure out that D'Eriq King is actually that dude. 50 touchdowns last year in just 10.5 games. Perspective is Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray were the only two guys other than D'Eriq King score 50 tutties last year. And D'Eriq King, for my money, is going to be an NFL quarterback drafted in the first round of the 2020 draft. All he has to do is stay healthy, put together the same sort of season that he did last year, because we're coming into this age where slight quarterbacks are going to be able to play and succeed because health and safety is such a concern, and you really can't touch a quarterback anymore. And if he's faster than you and he can throw a ball over them mountains, you're going to be okay. Now, I found it interesting that Dana Holgorsen was trying to get Jalen Hurts to West Virginia because in all the reporting between myself, Brandon Drum, West Virginia was never on the radar, okay? I think he understood he didn't want to go to Morgantown. He was much more likely to go to Maryland than he was to go to Morgantown. And even after that, I don't think that even Jalen Hurts coming to West Virginia would have kept Dana Holgorsen at West Virginia, because that situation was becoming untenable. And then when Dana Holgorsen left, it all fell apart. Now they're stuck with Austin Kendall and a bunch of crusty sock puppets out there that are going to be running routes. I don't know. Maybe West Virginia turns out to be better than we think that they are. But today, they're cellar dwellers for me in the Big 12. Although Dana Holgorsen has a great offense that he inherited. He knows how to run his system. And we'll see what, if anything, Joe Cawthon can summon on the defensive side of the ball. Isaiah Chambers is a dude. Demarion Williams is a dude. Outside of those dudes, you ain't got a whole lot on defense. As a matter of fact, this could be a track meet real quick. I'm picking Houston to cover because I think D'Eriq King, Marquez Stevenson, Kyle Porter, and the like are going to be able to give Oklahoma's defense problems. I think that Alex Grinch's defensive scheme is going to take root. I think at some point, the scheme is going to attach to the players like a symbiote to Eddie Brock. And soon enough, we're going to have venom, but not in the first game where we get to see the defense, where we get to see the scheme, where we get to see Alex Grinch find out which one of his guys showed up to play on Sunday night, which is an enormous recruiting weekend for Oklahoma. Dana Holgorsen said a lot of stuff. He's been very complimentary of Jalen Hurts, though. And I want to underscore a thing that Lincoln Riley had to say about Jalen Hurts and him becoming a captain among 4 at Oklahoma. It's unprecedented in football at any level, junior high, high school, college, professional, for a captain to be selected when he has not played a game in the jersey. It's speaking volumes about what people believe about Jalen Hurts, not just outside that locker room, but inside that locker room. Another way of saying we're really good at reporting on what's going on inside that locker room. If you're not subscribed to OUinsider.com, I don't know what you're doing. However, I also want to couch this by saying, as Jalen Hurts goes, so does this football team. So in a game where Jalen Hurts throws 3 interceptions, I'm not sure that Oklahoma gets to win that game. In games where Jalen Hurts is dominant, Oklahoma goes in a walk. We'll see if Jalen Hurts is ready for that, because I understand that he has won a national championship, and I understand that he's played in national championships, and I understand that he has won SEC titles, played college football playoff semifinals, and won those. It's a little bit different having that pressure when you're at a place where they've never done those things. And you were surrounded by a bunch of guys that had, not just on the offensive side, but on the defensive side. And right now, there are only 4 folks at Oklahoma with national championship rings. 2 of them are on the coaching staff, Cale Gundy and Brian Odom, and 2 of them are playing football. Jalen Hurts, Austin Jackson, who is a walk-on from Clemson. Don't expect to hear much about him except perhaps in special teams and on the scout team. But I'm saying that to say that Jalen Hurts is going to be relied on to lead everybody. And in some ways, even Lincoln, because as good as Lincoln Riley is, he's not won a college football playoff semifinal either. And that's the reason why he recruited Jalen Hurts to Oklahoma. He felt that that quarterback gave him the best possible opportunity to get back to the college football playoff and win a semifinal game and have an opportunity to go get a national championship. Would be the first one at Oklahoma in more than 20 years. There's a lot riding on this season for Jalen Hurts and for Lincoln Riley. I think this is going to say more about Lincoln Riley than Jalen Hurts when it's all said and done, especially knowing that Austin Kendall's at West Virginia and everybody's going to have their eyes on what he's doing and how he is judged under Neil Brown in his first year running the offense, calling the plays, being the guy. I'm really interested to see how this 2019 goes, but I did want to give you the knowledge that Dana Holgorsen was one of many that wanted Jalen Hurts, and I'm sure that Dana Holgorsen also looked at Rogaine and thought it could help him. No, I'm sure that Dana Holgorsen looked at a scratch-off and thought maybe he was going to win the lottery. Same chance of landing Jalen Hurts, but it's good to acknowledge what we all want because you can wish in one hand and you can throw the deuces in the other.